Hi, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Sniper Squad Day Trading. I am H. Hassan, whatever. Here to go over my trades for the day. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. Discord link is in the description. There was really, today was another opportunity for a no trade day. Boy, I've been passing them up. I've been missing those great opportunities. Um, Yeah, only thing that popped up, it was like NAVN would pop up on the scanner, then it would drop back off, and then it would pop back up. It's just there was nothing going today for real. First red flag that I stepped over, walked around was the daily chart. Daily chart. Like this was enough to not even look at this, which was it already had a high volume, wide range green day yesterday. And typically the day after those types of days are narrow range inside days. And that's pretty much what we got. So, I mean, they're not to say that there aren't opportunities in those days, but they're just not usually great. So, I passed that up and then decided to go ahead and engage with it. And I watched it, went like straight up on the open, HVS way down here. And we traded right up over the previous day's high, which I looked at as high volume support, which it was. Um, but on the daily, so it's just a little different. Um, I'm very tempted to take this trade, but thankfully I recognized the huge rejection and the lower low made by this candle, so I stayed out, pulled back to VWAP, get the double bottom higher low, and then the higher high up here, followed by higher low. Now, before I took this entry, I acknowledged that this was a bad entry in the sense that it was a wide range. I was hoping this green candle would stay narrow range and be like an inside Harami entry, but it broke back over previous day's high and closed up like 9 cent over where I thought was an ideal entry, and that completely jacked up the RR of this trade. And so it moved up, it made higher highs, but it my entry was too wide to get 2R out of it, and I did nothing. I did raise my stop up momentarily, but as it started pulling back, I moved it back down. So yeah, just kind of a fail on this whole situation. And then after that, came back to VWAP, bounced up pretty nicely, and I was looking for another trade on it. I was looking for this pullback, but it did not make a new high from there and kept pulling back. And then we get the little double bottom here, which I'm kind of like, okay, it's close enough to VWAP. And then I'm looking for an entry here, but it doesn't trigger. So it comes back down to yesterday's high. And we still haven't really tested VWAP. And I decided to take this, which is like you got to bring out your magnifying glass to see this setup. It's not a setup. My trading window was closing. I just it looks like it could go. Yeah, so this was a bad trade for sure. And not only that, but my entry was up pretty high. And yeah, stopped out, lost another R there, and then it came back down to VWAP. Who knows what happened after that? I was done. So yeah, I mean, an unnecessary 2R red day. 1R would have been acceptable, but honestly, I shouldn't have even been looking at this stock. There was just nothing on the scanner this morning, and I just have a really hard time not trading. And that's my challenge, is to pass up the B's and C's and the D's and the F's and just sit on hands until I see an A plus. That's very difficult for me. But I think that's like the clear next thing that needs to be knocked off. That's the clear next hurdle. So I'm focusing all my mental energy on overcoming this thing. And passing up this first trade was a good sign. That's a good sign of improvement. And you just got to keep going. You just keep going, fail a little better each time until I can not fail. That's pretty much it. Um, yeah. Oh, me and Pond had a little battle this week, and unfortunately, we're both red, but I am more red than he is. So, Pond must take the victory. It's all good. Pond was cleaning up, man. Cleaning up. Nice green calendar. And I think he just got lost in that SPY trade, and you know those those theses, you know, really can trip us up. You know, you just kind of got to take what the market gives and stop out when you're wrong, in my opinion. But you know, I consider him to be a better trader than I am, more experienced. He dealt with a lot more money than I have for sure. So you know, he won, I lost. He was graceful enough to tell me I don't need to change any thumbnails or anything. So that's cool considering we just did the rebrand, but I must encourage you guys to go and subscribe to Pond. He's awesome guy, hilarious content, and pretty good trader. Like read on the market, read on price action, you know. And hopefully he's on a journey himself, and you know we'll all make it to the top one day. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't. Discord links in the description. And y'all have a good weekend. I will be here tomorrow morning for the study sesh, so pull up on me. Peace.